Welcome back to RJ Gaming, and in this one we've got our Premier League Game Week 2 predictions. We did Game Week 1 last week, let's get into it. So, the rules: 1 point if we get the correct team, 3 points if we get the correct score and team. Last week we got 6 out of 30 points, which is alright. It's not the best, but it's better than 0, as we got Arsenal's correct and we got 3 other just the wins correct. So, on to the first game. The first game is Brighton versus Man United. Both teams won their first game. Brighton 3-0, Man United 1-0. Bit of a scrappy win for United, but Brighton controlled theirs. So in this, I believe it's going to be Josh Zirkzee to score first for United in the 27th minute. He'll be getting his second of the season, 2-2, as he scored last week. Then I believe in the 53rd minute, Mitoma will tie the game all level with to make it 1-1. He scored last week as well. And then in the 77th minute, Danny Welbeck will score the winner for Brighton. The ex-United boy will win it for Brighton. 2-1. Moving on to game 2. This is Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Both teams lost their first game 2-1. To Brentford and to Aston Villa. I think in this game it's going to be quite a good game, to be fair. I think Aston Villa. I think Palace will go 1-0 up in the 37th minute through Eze. He'll open his account. He should have last week, but didn't due to some dodgy refereeing. Then I believe West Ham will score through Mikel Antonio in the 77th minute, and it will end 1-1. It'll be quite a good draw. Crystal Palace, I believe, should have scored a second, but just didn't have that much for it, to be fair. On to game 3, Fulham versus Leicester. Fulham are looking to bounce back after an unlucky loss versus United. Leicester are looking to take the momentum of the draw, which they should have won, into this game. I think it's going to be a tightly contested game, with the first goal not coming until the second half through Smith Rowe in the 57th minute. Then in the 65th, Jamie Vardy will get his second in the same amount of games. And then I believe in the 81st, Madiavini will win it for Leicester 2-1. Now on to game 4. City won 2-0 versus Chelsea, which they could have had a lot more in, and I mean a lot more. Ipswich had a good first half against Liverpool. Unfortunately, they did lose 2-0 with 2 second half goals, but they kind of fell apart after the first one went in, then another went in, and I was lucky to not concede more, to be fair. I think if Man City get 2 quick goals in this game, it will be over and they will get a hat full. But I believe Ipswich will play well for 30 minutes, but then concede 2 in 5. So as you see, I believe Man City will go 1-0 up through Erling Haaland in the 36th minute, followed by another Erling Haaland goal 4 minutes later, which, like I said, will be the 2 in quick succession, which will really do them in. Then I believe straight after half time, 6 minutes later, Foden will make it 3. Haaland will get his hat-trick, a 28-minute hat-trick in the 64th. Then Doku in the 73rd will get his second, meaning Man City have scored 7 in 2. Ipswich have conceded 7 in 2 as well. But I do think Ipswich will play well for the first 30 minutes. I just believe that 2 goals in such quick succession, like they did against Liverpool, will completely throw the game for them. Now, on to game 5. Tottenham versus Everton. Spurs need to pick up after dropping points against Leicester. Same with Everton after getting absolutely smashed by Brighton. But I believe this will only go one way. I believe it will start within 8 minutes. Dominic Solanke will open up his account. He should have against Leicester. He had enough chances, but he didn't end up. But I believe he will in this game. He'll open up his account inside 8 minutes. Then by 22nd, it'll be 2-0 to Spurs. And by now, I think Everton are down and out. However, I believe in the 49th minute, Dominic Solanke will score to make it 3-0. But I do believe from the 30th minute, Everton would have had a couple of chances towards the end of the first half, gone into half time going, come on, we score the first goal here, we can get back into this. But then they'll concede inside 4 minutes of the second half. Dominic Solanke puts the icing on the cake, 3-0 Tottenham. Then in the 86th, Wilson Odobert, who they've just signed from Burnley with the fresh legs, will get a goal on his debut because he's just Everton are tired. On to game, so they will win 4-0. On to game 6, Southampton versus Forest. Forest should have won, and they are now without Danilo. Southampton lost 1-0 to Newcastle, and that was their best chance to get 3 points against a good side, and they should have won. I think it'll be the first goal will be in the 18th minute through Adam Armstrong, and then in the 31st, Ben Brereton Diaz will get his first of the season. Should have against Newcastle. So Southampton will go 2-0 up, and then I believe in the 76th, Gibbs White will get a consolation back for Nottingham Forest, but it won't be enough as Southampton go on to win 2-1 and pick up their first 3 points of the season. On to game 7, one of the biggest games of this weekend. They're both looking to carry on their 100%. Arsenal won 2-0, Aston Villa won 2-1. They're both in UCL, meaning they've both got quite good sides. I think it's going to be a very good battling game. Both teams will play very well. I believe the scoring will open in the 18th minute through Duran. That will be his second in as many games. Then I believe in the 32nd, Saka will get his second in as many games to put it to 1-1. And then Martinelli in the 67th minute will give Arsenal the lead away, but in the 71st, Ollie Watkins will get his first of the season to make it 2-2 in a game which very, very good. It was a very good game, I believe it will be, and a share of the spoils. On to game 8, Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Both had scrappy first games, with Bournemouth lucky to get a 1-1 draw and Newcastle lucky to get a 1-0 win. I believe it will be all Bournemouth in the first half, and they'll go 1-0 up through Evanilson, and he'll get his goal on his debut. Yes, he's in a Porto shirt. I couldn't get one of him in a Bournemouth shirt. I think it'll all be Bournemouth. Newcastle lucky to not go 2 or 3 behind, but Newcastle will start the second half well with a goal in the 57th minute. Alexander Isak will get his first goal of the season, and then that will kick on into the 77th, where he'll get his second, give Newcastle a 2-1 win. On to game 9, Wolves versus Chelsea. Wolves lost 2-0 to Arsenal. Chelsea lost 2-0 to Man City, who were both first and second the last season. I think Wolves will completely outplay Chelsea, and they'll get a goal in the 12th minute through Tommy Doyle, which will set them on their way, and then another in 20 seconds, so that's 2 in 10, on their way through Lawson. But then I do believe in the 70th minute, João Felix on his debut will get one back for Chelsea, which will turn the game a bit, but I just don't think they'll have enough to get back into the game and get a second, although it will be a very scrappy, very tight last 20. But Wolves will prevail 2-1 winners. Now on to the final game of the week. Both teams won 2-0. Both teams won their first games of the season. Liverpool won 2-0, Brentford won 2-1. Brentford was a bit of a scrappy 2-1 win. They were lucky, I believe, to get the win against Palace. Liverpool were comfortable in the second half after they got the first goal, and then the second goal so quick. Ipswich kind of fell apart. First half, they were not the greatest. So I believe if Brentford start off well, this could go a different way to how I've predicted. But I believe Liverpool will score early in the 6th minute with Darwin Núñez. Not like they did against Ipswich, which will be a different thing, bit of a difference. And then I believe they will cruise to victory with another goal in the 37th through Mo Salah. And then another goal in the 62nd from Mo Salah again, getting 3 in 2 games. And I believe Liverpool will prevail 3-0 winners. So that's my predictions for this weekend. Please leave yours in the comments. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Like I said, leave them in the comments how you think. Enjoy the rest of your day and